it to Paterson, New Jersey. I got into Jersey around 7:30 yesterday. I made it to Paterson around 10 p.m. last night. I personally don't like riding at night, but I rode, the 2 hours to get here. But it was all worth it. I mean, it definitely made up for it because I got to wake up a little later today. The ride itself is doable. The small tank kind of forces you to stop every 100 miles. What I did was on the dash, I reset the trip, I filled up, and I went 100 miles. Every 100 miles I stopped, got up, used the restroom, stretched my legs, got something to drink if I wanted to, and then I conquered the next 100 miles. And that's how I did it. Every 100 miles. Small tank turned out to be a pro, not a con. I actually enjoyed, conquering every 100 miles. That worked out for me. I added the extended brake. It turned out to be more like a con for me because if I had my foot on here, I didn't want to ride the pedal, and having my foot rest here kind of got tiring, so I had to kind of switch it to the side from time to time. If I had a footboard, it'd probably be easier having this. So I can see why the design, when it's like the half pedal, makes sense, because if you're resting your foot, you can move it and you're not riding your brake. So that was kind of like a con for me, something I didn't think of. Another thing I did was I bought a set of earbuds so I can listen to a little bit of music. Very good. Yes. Did my ear start hurting after a while? Yes, it was uncomfortable taking it on and off. I would put the two on, but I kept the one on. I changed the inner things to go in my ear. They would fall out from time to time. For the most part, I was able to put it and it sat in there. Was it uncomfortable? To a certain degree, yes, but it was worth it because I had my phone here with the GPS running. One thing that worked for me for the ride and not getting bored, a lot of people say, oh, you're gonna get bored. I played music, I listened to the GPS. There was times I shut it off, but I always had a destination. So next welcome center, the next welcome center, and you see the photographs on my Instagram. You can go check them out there. It's at VinCode 17. Not every station I stopped at, but for the most part, I try to stop at all of them because it was 200 miles, 300 miles, and it worked out. Virginia was probably the longest state, but we stopped for gas 4 times, and at some point we stopped to eat in Washington, D.C. From Washington, D.C. here was a breeze. So Virginia was probably the longest state and still wasn't bad. The other thing was, as far as like body aches and stuff like that, the only thing that really bothers me, my shoulders. I just keep stretching your arms and then your butt. A lot of people's like, oh, you're gonna need a chiropractor, it is that. Yes, it all depends how you ride. If you're in one position the whole time, it's gonna hurt. I kind of moved my body back and forth a little bit. I stretched my leg while I was riding a little bit, and that was it. I let the bike do its thing on the uneven pavements. When you're taking the road, I'm not holding on to dear life. I sometimes would get too comfortable and stay in one position for too long, and the bike would shake and I get nervous. But I'm like, relax and just let the bike do its thing. I'm holding on to it, I'm guiding it. It was great. The seat, I'll show you the seat. So what kills you on the seat is this design here. This is what eventually starts digging into your butt cheek. So what happens is, I move forward, then you have your boy stuff hitting here, so that becomes uncomfortable. So you move back, and now your butt cheeks are laying on this uneven part here. This starts then hurting. Helping me out is that I was wearing this jacket for the morning part. Once it got warm enough, I took this jacket and I wrapped it around my waist so I can breathe a little bit with the shirt. And when I tucked it up in the back here, it bunched up, and when I sat down, it kind of like evened out that part there for me. And I rode most of the way with it for 3 or 4 hours, me sitting on it there, and I didn't feel anything. Not comfortable enough that I was gonna fall asleep, but it wasn't uncomfortable. Once I got to Jersey, the temperatures did drop, and around 7:30 I put this on and I had a 2-hour ride. So woke up this morning, the only real soreness I feel is my shoulders here from moving and steering, and it's something that I don't work out often, so it's natural. But as far as like me feeling like I'm dying, this, that, no, I'm about to go ride right now. So with that being said, I'm gonna take the ride. I'm gonna go to Bergen Mall. My nephew and niece are there. I'm gonna meet up with them, have some lunch, and try to film, put the camera on the chin and try to film some stuff so you guys to see a little bit. Hopefully it makes it to the video. All right. All right, here goes nothing. We're about to hit Route 4. Try to see if we could get some footage. This is Crooks Avenue in Paterson, New Jersey. Oh, this has changed a lot. They're building a lot too. It's my spot right there for Middle Eastern food. Didn't think I'd see that in a while. Garden State Plaza is right there, but I'm going to Bergen Mall. Bergen Mall is a smaller strip of stores versus going into the whole mall. It's got a Nike outlet, it's got a couple places to eat. This is the exit for Bergen Mall. I'm gonna stop here at Qdoba and I'm gonna meet my niece, my nephew, and we're gonna have lunch real quick and see where the day goes from there.